They rescue people in trouble in BC waters without getting paid. Now they're being recognized for their hard work in another way. Canada's only Indigenous Coast Guard Auxiliary is getting featured in a 13-part documentary series on APTN, with the first episode airing this week. Ocean Warriors Mission Ready by Indigenous filmmaker Steve Sxwithul'txw is in both English and the Kwakwala language. Anthony Moore is Vice President of the Coastal Nations Coast Guard Auxiliary and a member of the Nisga'a Nation, and he joins us now. Anthony, first of all, the auxiliary often responds to very remote parts of BC, and we have many of them. Why is it important to have dedicated search and rescue teams there?
Well, the huge reason is to fill in the gaps where the Coast Guard, the Canadian Coast Guard, as well as the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue are not able to fill in. A lot of times those are really close to the First Nations along the coast. So we strategically picked certain First Nations to join our auxiliary so that we can both increase their capacity to be able to rescue their own people when in need, as well as support all the other agencies when a larger scale incident does occur.
Now, the organization is made up mostly of volunteers who provide this search and rescue. Why do they do it for free?
Well, a lot of times when it comes to marine safety in general, when it comes to the courses that we take to get certified to be captains or just to get the prerequisites to receive our training from the Coast Guard, one of the main things includes marine disaster response. So if a vessel is in distress, we are obligated as mariners in general to respond. And a lot of times in our culture, we are raised to have to take part in incidents when they occur so that we can ensure the safety and survival of our own people. So when it comes to the volunteering aspect of it, it's just the way we do things already within our culture. Now we just have the tools and training to be able to be more effective at it.
And I suppose for some of the more experienced mariners who have since joined these teams, they already bring a lot of experience out on the water that helps.
Yes. So a bulk of our volunteers have many years of experience on the water already, and we're just enhancing that and filling in the gaps when it comes to what funding is available, what training they can specifically get for their areas, including things such as swiftwater rescue. For us, we have a huge river component to our territory, so we do have swiftwater rescue as well. When it comes to other nations, they have the guardian programs and fisheries programs, and they're already out on the water as it is in most cases. And places such as Helsick, they're a boat in community already. So they have many people who are out on the vessel, on the water with their vessels and there to support whenever necessary.
And lastly, what does it mean for the auxiliary to be featured in this documentary?
To have something like this highlighting our nations for generations, we've already been doing this kind of work, and it wasn't until the huge incident outside of Howsett where we started getting notarized for it. There's many times over generations where I've learned how to be on the water from my grandfathers and my uncles, where we would respond to incidents on the water. And to have something like APTN come to our First Nations that are a part of the auxiliary and showcase our work by joining and videoing everything that we do as search and rescue professionals, it has been a huge highlight of most of our mariners that are a part of our auxiliary, to be able to share their local territory, share their experiences, and to be recognized for the work that we do as volunteers for this auxiliary.
Anthony Moore with the Coastal Nations Coast Guard Auxiliary. We really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.